Hey y'all, Tommy Post here. Today I'd like to do a little video showcasing a new product I just got. I'll give you an honest review of it. To start the story, you've seen some of my videos in the past, I'm sure, and I had a Range Rover Pro single dot lighted sight on this particular practice bow. I use this one for 3D, so it worked really well because you could dial it, to a specific distance, and it worked out very well. Well, I'm boycotting TRUGLO. Unfortunately, I must have gotten the first generation Range Rover Pro, and what it had was a dial on top so you could set the intensity of the dot in the center of this thing based on your light conditions outside. Well, most of my practice or hunting time or whatever you want to call it is at low light, so I would always seem to favor using the same setting. After a while, that setting stopped working, so I contacted TRUGLO, and yes, they have a warranty. They said, yeah, sure, no problem, ship it back to us at your expense. Okay, I can deal with that. Send us a check, so we'll send you your new replacement back. Yeah, okay, all right, I'll go with that too. So I box this thing up, I send it on to Texas, and about 10 days passed, and I contacted them again and said, where's my sight? We're sorry, it's going to take 7 to 10 weeks to get it back to you because we are out of stock. Well, first thing I'm thinking is that is crap customer service. And it really is. And my question to them was, would it not have been more professional to just tell me it's out of stock right now? We'll send you an email letting you know when it's back in stock, and then you can mail it at that time. I mean, I had 9 other settings I could have been using on that thing and been shooting. So anyhow, I won't buy any more TRUGLO products, even though someday I might receive my replacement. I'll probably be selling that. So in the meantime, I needed something else. I've been kind of kicking around going back to a regular 5-pin sight again because the other one, it worked great and everything, but there's really a lot of functions that you have to do. And for me to have my practice bow and my hunting bow be set up entirely different, one with a dial sight and the other one with a 5-pin sight, just kind of seemed counterproductive for me to be practicing one way and then expecting to hunt another way. So I went back to a 5-pin sight. Now, what I got is actually really excellent. I've got good reviews to give you on it, except for the fact that I don't know what long-term durability is going to be like because I just got it. But it's a cool sight, and it's not a TRUGLO. Take a look at this right here. Yep, Trophy Ridge React. Now this is the 5-pin React. They've got this in a 4-pin. They might even have it in a 3-pin, I'm not sure, but this is the H5. This is the 5-pin. Now this thing is awesome. Now I had like a spare sight on this bow, and it only had 3 pins, but I realized quick just shooting it for a few days that the 3 pins just isn't good enough. It doesn't cover the distance that I want to be able to shoot at. So I really needed a 5-pin sight. Well, take a look at this rascal. That thing is really cool. Now this is cool in a couple of different ways. This isn't just the fact that it's constructed extremely well. This is, it almost acts like the graduation tapes on a dial sight. Now what you do with this thing, your 20-yard pin is fixed. It does not move inside this containment ring. So it's not like your old 5-pin sight where you would take the little Allen set screw from the side and loosen it up and move it up and down. I mean, the pin itself, move the pin inside the ring. Now this pin is fixed, the 20. So what you have is micro adjustments. On the side here, you can loosen this pinch bolt, and you can micro adjust your side to side, your windage, and then on the other one, you can loosen it up and micro adjust your elevation. So basically what you're doing is you're setting this thing at 20 yards. And Dialing in at 20 yards is okay, but to be honest, 20 yards, you can have your sight be off, I would say, quite a bit, and you'll still stick an arrow inside of a little tiny spot at 20 yards, because the amount that it's off is not going to really show itself at such a close distance. But the idea is you get yourself real close, 20 yards, and then you work back and you take a look down at your next pin, which traditionally would be your 30-yard pin. This is where it gets really cool. Once you're really happy with your 20-yard setting, right on the top here, you stick an Allen wrench in there, and you turn that just a little bit one way or the other. And what it does is it leaves your 20-yard pin alone. It doesn't move, because you're doing all that by moving your ring around, up, down, side, side. But when you start to turn here, it'll take the other 4 pins, and it moves them this way or this way in relation to that 20-yard pin. And it's a perfect spread. You can adjust it just a little bit, and you'll see those pins open up a little bit and then open up a little more. So when you find that your 30 is hitting, move yourself back and just take a shot with your next pin down, your 40. That'd be the one right in the middle. That's a red. It's got 2 greens up top, red in the center, and 2 greens down below. But take a shot with your 40, and you'll know right away, if you've got your spread right or not, because usually once you get around 40, 50 yards, you see big differences in where your sight is set up. So from there, you can just micro adjust it. And I'll tell you, if you get yourself to where you're loving your 20 and your 40, it will spread out accurately, and you will be hitting at 60 yards with your 5-pin sight. 60 yards doesn't sound like a lot to some people, but honestly, 60 yards is plenty. If you can dot an I at 60 yards when, frankly, you can barely even see that far with the human eye, this thing is not magnified. So I give a lot of respect to people that can shoot accurately at 60 yards. So, long and the short, this thing is built very nice. It isn't what I'd call the cheapest pin sight. It's not an economy model. I'm not into spending a lot of money on my stuff, but I also have to say that you do get what you pay for. You can go out and get yourself a $40 or $50 plastic ring, bottom of the line sight to put on your bow, but the first time you bang it against something, or the first time that you, maybe the vibration is too much. I had an old TRUGLO that literally broke because of just the impact of shooting the bow a lot. It finally cracked the body of the sight itself, and it threw it about 10 yards ahead of me on a given shot. So I do believe in spending your money where it matters, and your sight is one of them. This rascal was $150. Now, I know it's a little bit cheaper. You get on eBay, you might be able to get it for $130, $140, but I bought this at Bass Pro. I had gift cards. I like to collect points on my credit cards, so having basically free money in the pocket justifies paying a few more bucks over the shelf. So anyhow, I'm looking forward to getting out and shooting this thing, and let you know how it goes. Y'all have a great day, and happy shooting.